People would say to me all the time, Michael, you did so well. You're a brilliant businessman. And my answer to that is no, I'm not. I'm not a brilliant businessman because there are things that I don't enjoy doing.
You obviously you had that business head. Do you think that a lot of people did in that kind of arena that you were in, or do you think lots of people made bad decisions because of maybe opportunities or just coming into cash and being exposed to cash and large amounts very quickly? Do you think they made bad decisions?
Well, there's a fallacy in that life of thinking, and that, once you come into that life, people are handing you money and you become a millionaire, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. Nobody gives you anything in that life. You have to earn it. And actually, you're the one that has to pay up to the top, to the boss. So, but there's kind of a separator in your life, in that life. In our family, we had about 115 made guys that took the oath. Out of that 115, maybe 20 or 25 of us were real earners. The other guys were just, they got a job in a union. Maybe they were doing a little bookmaking. They had a no-show job. And basically we had to support them in a big way. And I don't mean we were handing them money, but the advantage they had by being part of this family was what helped them. So, the guys that were real earners, considered real earners, they left us to earn money because that's what they wanted. And I was in that category.
And were you excited by business? Was it something that you thrived on? Was it something that got you out of bed every day?
I was acquiring businesses and operating them. I wasn't a detail guy. People would say to me all the time, Michael, you did so well. You're a brilliant businessman. And my answer to that is no, I'm not. I'm not a brilliant businessman because there are things that I don't enjoy doing. My talent, Spencer, I believe, was that, number one, I knew how to look at a good deal, and I knew how to separate a good one from a bad one. I had that foresight or that vision. Number two, I knew how to pick the right people and put them in the right place and motivate them so they do the job well for me. So my motto, became do what you do best, delegate the rest, and get the most out of them. And that was my success, picking the right deal, getting the right people to operate, motivating them so that they had loyalty to me and they did the job. And that was the secret to my success. I mean, it wasn't me figuring out every minute detail of the business.
It's interesting you say that. That's almost word for word what Richard Branson says and does. And because he says, I'm not the details guy. He goes, I just have an uncanny knack of being able to see an opportunity. And then I have an ability to find really good people and put trust in them to get on and run the businesses. So that's quite similar. And I know it's different worlds, but it's actually very similar. And that's what actually makes a great entrepreneur, because we've only got 24 hours in the day. We can't get any more hours. So we have to work out how we can make the best use of our time. And invariably, delegation is the key. Once we're smart and we find opportunities. So you've got a great understanding of a macro view of a business, haven't you, from that perspective?
I do. And in my case, I was such an active guy, and I had so many guys around me that were responsible to me, and I was responsible for, that I didn't have an opportunity to micromanage. So not only did I not like it, I couldn't do it anyway. So if I didn't have the right people in place, I wouldn't have had any success at all. But I was fortunate in that, and that's how everything I had kind of grew. And I had my failures, don't get me wrong, mistakes that I made, sometimes with people, sometimes it just was mistakes. But I don't consider failures a drawback. Not if you're a guy that knows that, okay, I lost this one, I'll go on to the next one. I think I learned a lot from the mistakes that I made, and that certainly helped me out, even later on in life.
It just keeps getting better. I wonder sometimes how I'm going to bring even better people to you to enjoy on this podcast. What a guy, Michael Franzese. I mean, honestly, what a guy. I'm going to get him back on the show again. I want to spend some more time with that guy. To listen to the full episode of this podcast, go to your favorite podcast app, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, whatever it is that you do. Go listen to it, go enjoy it, and go and leave me your comments, because I'd appreciate them.